Yeah, some scary moments after an F-16 jet crashes in Prince George's County, rocking a normally quiet neighborhood. Air Force investigators say the aircraft was participating in a training mission when it went down in Clinton, forcing the pilot to eject from the cockpit. WJZ is live with complete coverage. Kimberly Eiten speaks to people in the neighborhoods near that crash site. But first, WJZ investigator Mike Hellgren with the latest on what might have caused the crash and how the pilot's actions probably saved some lives out there today. Mike?
Mary, there is a panel right now that is investigating exactly what happened. They're looking at mechanical failure. They haven't ruled out that there may have been a bird strike. But the pilot made a split-second decision to veer away from neighborhoods, and in the process, he likely saved many lives. Pictures show the F-16 pilot in a nearby field. His parachute deployed moments after ejecting the fighter jet.
During the flight, the pilot experienced a mechanical issue and immediately took actions. Once he realized he would not be able to safely land the aircraft, he made a decision to maneuver to a wooded area to avoid the risk to local community and ensure public safety before initiating the ejection sequence.
I saw the parachute, exactly. It was like a red parachute, a red, maybe white striped parachute, absolutely. I've never seen anything in my life like this.
The Air National Guard member was conducting a routine training exercise near Andrews Air Force Base when he crashed not far from several subdivisions.
For the pilot to be able to eject and not be injured and the plane go down in a wooded area without affecting the homes, absolutely. Very fortunate that we didn't have any lives lost today.
You could see the smoke for miles, even though the jet crashed just a tenth of a mile from homes and emergency crews evacuated people. No one on the ground was injured.
And all of a sudden we hit a big boom, a house shook and rattled.
Fire officials say there was some trouble with the aircraft just before the crash.
Quite a blessing, absolutely, that everything turned out like it did and nothing worse occurred.
We always been pretty safe around here. Andrews is real good. And nothing like this ever happened that I can remember in the neighborhood of this magnitude.
And these training exercises are routine. They're part of the defense system for the nation's capital. We can tell you about that jet. It's worth $20 million and is 30 years old. The pilot right now is back home with his family after suffering some minor injuries. Live at Joint Base Andrews, Mike Hellgren, WJZ Eyewitness News.
Mike, thank you. WJZ's complete coverage continues with Kimberly Eiten with more on the reaction from frightened residents, some of whom were forced out of their homes. Kimberly.
And Jessica, some people tell us they saw the plane go down. Other people heard it, and some had no idea what had happened until they drove up to their neighborhoods and saw police tape blocking their streets. First came the flyover, then came the fall.
I heard the noise, heard the planes flying. The next thing you know, the house started shaking. And then a couple seconds later, that's when I heard a boom.
Tyrone and Tina Woldridge heard it before they saw it. A cloud of smoke followed by sirens and flashing lights as emergency responders rushed to their Clinton neighborhood.
It's just a scary feeling. It's the uneasiness and, not knowing what's going on.
They live less than half a mile from where the fighter jet spiraled to the ground. Witnesses say going nose up before it came crashing down.
We hear a lot of planes and Cessnas going over the house, but this one sounded a tad bit different.
Immediately, Clinton Grove Elementary went into lockdown as police and fire evacuated 50 nearby homes. Debris scattered in some yards.
First on the news report, they were saying it hit houses. So my first reaction, did it hit the house?
Behind the yellow tape, Bernard Epps waited hours to get to his mother on the other side. Like so many in Prince George's County, now relieved to know she's okay.
Lord had to be looking out for this whole area because, that could have been a tragedy here.
And many of the people we spoke with crediting the pilot, saying, of course, they are very thankful he put the plane down where he did and not into one of these neighborhoods. Reporting live in Prince George's County, Kimberly Eiten, WJZ Eyewitness News.
Kimberly, thanks. Here's what you need to know about the military plane crash. It happened around 9:30 this morning in Clinton, Prince George's County, in a wooded area near Joint Base Andrews. The pilot was the only person on board and ejected safely. Some homes in that area have been evacuated. Fortunately, there are no reports of any injuries. WJZ will continue to bring you complete coverage of this military plane crash. We will update the investigation coming up at 5:30.